Talking with Sean Radford, the head coach for the Sutherlin Bulldogs, as they get ready for the start of the year, making their way through fall camp. And Coach, you guys are reaching the end of your first week at camp here. And so far, how have things been going for you guys? Been hearing that you've got a large senior group that feels like they're progressing through things a lot faster than they have in your previous years.
Yeah, I think so. I think I think things are going well. It is nice. This is kind of the first year that we've had a substantial senior class. We've had classes of 6 and 4 the last 2 years, and so having a dozen seniors, I mean, that just some experience on the field makes a difference. And 2 years under the system that we've brought in, I think just all of those things together is exciting for us, and our guys have done a good job working hard this week, and so kind of anxious to see what's in store.
That said, it sounds like with the graduation of Taylor Carson, you guys will go to a younger quarterback back there as a sophomore. What have been the struggles there for you in just making that transition, or is your quarterback coming along the way you'd like to see?
Well, we actually have a little quarterback battle going on between Dustin Eakin and Tristan Needham. Dustin was a kid who was a playmaker receiver for us last year, and wanted to give it a go over at quarterback. And anytime you have competition, it breeds improvement and whatnot. And so it's actually been a great thing for both of those guys. And so right now it's just a tight competition. Taylor Carson, a first-team All-League quarterback for us last year. He was a kid with a lot of heart and came a long ways in a couple years, and so a tough guy to replace. But the two guys who are competing, I'm interested to see what they're going to be able to do for us.
Obviously, wins and losses haven't probably been where you guys would like to see in the last couple of years, but when you look at this season, what are some of the goals that you'd like to try and set for these guys that you think you'd be able to attain throughout the year?
Yeah, I think the last 2 years, one win each of those 2 seasons, and that was definitely disappointing. But I think even last year, just the one win, it was a different type of season. We were in a lot of games. A game at Sisters that we lose by 2, and Junction City, the league champions, we lose with 20 seconds left, I think. And so we were in a lot more games, and so I'm hoping with the experience and the numbers and just a group that's been in the system a little bit, that some of those close games we can start getting. I think that at this point we need to be able to win games like that, and be more consistent, and hopefully that larger group of seniors can kind of help guide things that direction.
Second year in the Sky M League, do you feel like that's going to make anything easier, just in the fact that you kind of know what you're going into as a second year, or is it going to be about the same as what you saw last year?
I think just the familiarity is nice. We went from the Far West League that was spread it out and throw the ball, week to week, and then last year basically we take the same defense into the Sky M League, and we see basically power football from week to week, with the exception of Cottage Grove. And so it's nice to have that familiarity. It's nice to kind of know the kids and the systems and what you're up against. And so I think that's just an added advantage coming into this season.
As you kind of assess things through practice so far, what are going to be some of the biggest things you try and focus on as you guys get close to that first kickoff? I got about a week left, or 2 weeks, I guess, really to address it, but about 1 week left of camp before you start getting into full game prep. What are some of the biggest things that you want to make sure these guys continue to work on?
Well, just continue working on our preparation, making sure that we're doing our assignments. Football is a game of just individuals doing their assignments, and collectively that leads to success. And so just guys preparing really well on their individual assignments, and kind of in that creating some cohesion. And then the other thing is just discipline and making sure that we're not making mistakes. I think that was our biggest Achilles heel last year, is we were in some tight games, and a mistake here and a mistake there, a flag here, a flag there, took us out of those games. Over the course of the season last year, we left 70 points off the board just in flags. And so trying to make life easier on us by just being disciplined and preparing well.
We've talked about the senior leadership quite a bit, or the seniors on the squad. Are they providing the leadership that you'd like to see a big group like that do for you so far?
Yeah, over the summer, I was hoping for a little bit more leadership, but there were guys doing this and that, as they do, as they have to work and whatnot. But, once everybody got here for camp, I like the direction that they're going. We try to emphasize just leading by example, doing the right things, and people will follow you. If you want to be a leader, you got to be at the front. And, I think we've seen that work ethic, and they're working hard, and hopefully that work pays off for them.
All right. Well, hey, we wish you guys the best of luck this season.
All right. Thank you.